We we are live, and I am so pleased that we have our guest today, Maria. You know what? I have to say, I
Maria
really
Y. Maria Y.
this is Maria, and she was just telling us about this big extravaganza that she's about to give. Can you tell our audience about what you do and how you've been doing it for so many years?
Oh, you mean the extravaganza or what I do as for a living?
No, just we'll talk about for a living, but
Oh, okay.
the
So
events you're
we're
planning
we're
for.
we're Greek, and every year I was telling Pamela that every year we celebrate Greek Easter. It's the biggest holiday for Greeks. It's bigger than Christmas, and it's different every year. But this year it's on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, because it's a different calendar. And we have between 60 and 100 people every single year at our house. We cook everything from the lamb to the souvlaki to the pastitsio, if anybody knows Greek food. We make it all from scratch, me and my husband. And
Yeah.
I was saying, even during COVID, even though we couldn't really have everybody over, we did it virtually, taught everybody, like did videos to teach everybody how to make all the dishes, from like spinach pie and Greek salad and all these things. And then we did the care packages, and we left them at the people's on their porches, basically.
Wow, that is just so fascinating. I just love it. I love your passion. So I'm just going to kind of give us a context for our LinkedIn Live. I do it every Wednesday at 12:30, and I'm so happy to have Maria as my guest. The purpose is this is the Wonder Years series. And so I'm just going to read what the Wonder Years is. The Wonder Years refers to a strategic transition period specifically designed for Gen X and boomer lawyers
Hmm.
because it's a time to reimagine, reshape the final chapters of your legal careers and focusing on reducing your stress, enhancing your freedom, increasing your profitability, and not being chained to the billable hours and building a thriving legacy. This is the time that you start now. And I've been thinking about it because, I think about my grandmother and my mother when they were in their 40s, they were like old ladies. People were old. They wore these little black shoes and these long dresses. And then if you're 50, you had already had it. And then if you were 60, they actually acted like you need to go get in a rocking chair,
Right.
get ready to die. Now, I don't know if you follow social media or the news, but in Buenos Aires, there was a 60-year-old Miss Universe,
God
and she
bless.
looks gorgeous. And when I was at Pilates class this morning, and we were talking about age because a lot of us are, boomers and older women, and we go to Pilates
Gen
every morning.
Xers, right?
We go every Yes, and we go every morning. And I was telling her, I said, there was a 60-year-old Miss Universe. And she said, oh, she had a lot of plastic surgery. I said, no, she took good care of herself and she looks
Yes.
gorgeous. And so being at your age, I've been vocal that I'm 75, and being
You
our
look
age,
amazing.
yes, does not mean that it's over. And so this is what we're saying to lawyers. It's like, this is an exciting time. And so each week we're bringing someone on to show you how they're
Mhm.
taking their wonder years by storm and building up things that they've never done before and becoming more and more visible and enjoying their practice. So Maria, first of all, tell everyone what you do as in your career as a lawyer. Can you hear me? Maria, can you hear me? Are you frozen? She just froze.
Well, I've been practicing for almost 25 years. Oh, hold on. Uh, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. So tell
Can
us
you hear
about
me?
your career. Yes, what you do. Mhm.
You could hear me?
I can hear you now. Tell everyone what you do.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
So I'm an attorney for almost 25 years. I work with real estate companies and businesses and individuals. I mostly do a lot of real estate and business in New York, and I love it. But through the years, I've done a lot of different things. Also, it's not just through my attorney license. I also consult. for businesses that are outside of New York on a strategic level, a lot of negotiation. That's part of the reason why I've been trying to do more videos and help people with negotiation. And now recently I've been helping individuals with their confidence and assertive speaking. So I do a
Beautiful.
little bit of everything, but my I'm so happy with my legal career and how it has just flourished even more than it was before. And a lot of it is because of social media. So I've
Right.
had the most amazing opportunities because of social media. So I embrace it.
So yeah, so that's why I asked Maria to come on today, because I have seen her like evolve and step up her game, and just she's all over the place. She's got a lot of followers, she's got a lot of engagement, and she tells it like it is. She tells
Yes.
a message. So talk about your evolution and how you have created yourself into a thought leader on LinkedIn and Instagram and on social media.
Sure. So in 2020, I think in 2020 was, I think, a big year for me, and a
Mhm.
lot of people, I think, because I'm a very in-person person. I like to go to meetings, meet people, shake hands, look at people in the eye. And then I'm suddenly in 2020, I couldn't do that.
Mhm.
And I started going on LinkedIn. And
Oh, well. We lost her. I'm sure she's going to come back. So I'm going to do like a little dog and pony, because we have 15 minutes. And when she comes back, she'll finish telling you about her social media. So, one of the things with regard to, oh, here she's back. Okay. Let me just put her back on the stage.
did
Okay.
you
You
lose me?
dropped off. So, start from the beginning about social media. 2020. That's what we heard.
Okay. Oh, great, great. I could talk forever. So 2020, I was not really embracing social media. I mean, I went on Facebook and that's about it. But I really needed an outlet in 2020 with everything that was going on. First, to discuss my views and to really have an outlet to speak. We didn't have anybody to talk to. It was very difficult for me specifically because I'm such a people person and I love meeting people in person. Everything I love meeting go of in-person meetings. So for me, it was very, very difficult, especially being in the real estate world my whole life.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I have LinkedIn, and we're having trouble with connection. Can you hear me now?
Okay, just keep going. Yeah.
Okay, so I got on LinkedIn, met the most amazing, amazing people, including you. Some people, I mean, I met Lisa Lang, all these amazing people who were thought leaders on LinkedIn. And I had the opportunity to also share my thoughts. And I really have this amazing following and such great friends here on LinkedIn. And now I'm doing Instagram too. So I'm adding that to my resume.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen your videos on Instagram, and I mean,
Can
I
you hear
just
me?
love the thought and the creativity. So talk a little bit about how you come up with all that.
Oh, how I well, I I I like to express myself. So
Mhm,
I what I loved about LinkedIn was in the beginning I wasn't really doing videos. I was really doing more long form and really it was partly inspirational, partly discussing what was going on in the world, maybe discussing an article that was maybe a little bit controversial, but that's
mhm.
okay. I was always respectful, even in my controversy,
Yeah,
and right, that's the most important thing. Being respectful and being able to agree to disagree is the most important thing.
absolutely.
And then slowly, as I gained a following, I was able to start doing videos and do more thought leadership and discuss what I do. Like negotiation is one of the most important things I do for my clients
Mhm.
and for myself. Really, negotiation is it's for everybody, and everybody needs it's a skill that could be learned by anybody, and I'm on a mission
Yeah.
to empower people. And I think that who would have thought negotiation is empowering, but it really is, because
Mhm.
once you're able to do that, you can advocate for yourself. So I really recommend people, to learn more and to not feel like some people have this negative view of negotiation, like it's haggling. No, no, it doesn't have to be that way. It could be a win-win. It
Yeah.
could be, and this is the way we get to, well, because nobody's going to give you anything, Pamela. Right?
Right.
If we don't go out there, if we don't put ourselves on social media, if we don't put ourselves out there, how is anybody going to discover you? How is anybody going to know what you want if you don't speak up for yourself and advocate for yourself? So I think those go hand in hand,
Yeah.
between putting myself out there on social media, which is very, very vulnerable. I
Mhm.
mean, here you are putting yourself out there. I'm not a spring chicken. I'm going to be 52 in
Mhm.
a couple weeks. And here
Mhm.
I am. My kids are laughing at me because they're like, "Mom, you're more on social media than we are."
My kids say the same thing. So tell our audience out there why they should consider going outside of their comfort zone and getting and participating more on social media. What do you have to say to other lawyers who are kind of
Oh,
sitting back being gawkers? A lot of lawyers are like kind of gawkers looking, but what could you how could you encourage those people?
I well, just look at my journey.
Mhm.
For me, uh, it has given me opportunities that I would never ever have had.
Mhm.
I mean, I would have had some of it, but being able, I mean, I've been on Kwame Christian's negotiation podcast. He found me
Mhm.
because of LinkedIn. He wouldn't have met me otherwise. So many
Right.
opportunities that I've had, um, to put myself out there, and if I wasn't willing to be uncomfortable, none of that would have happened.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's sometimes you sit there and, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Look at me. I'm over my career. No, your career is not over. And
Yeah.
even if you want to, even if you're thinking your career, you're looking for something new. Well, what an opportunity this is. If you want to change and you want to pivot, what a great opportunity to get on social media and just put yourself out there as an expert in that field. They wouldn't, you know what? How are they going to know if you're an expert if you don't put yourself out there?
That's
So
right.
you really need to, um, not be scared. I know it's scary, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And you have to walk with that fear and say, I'm going to do it. Um, you're going to find it so rewarding. And the best part is, I have people sending me messages. I changed their lives,
Mhm.
through my all the different, posts that I write and the things that
Yeah.
I say. And it's so, I can't even tell you
Mhm.
how awesome that feels to know that you can make a difference. So for me, it's always been about, like, if anybody sees my thing, it's Curator Positivity. I always want to find the positive,
Mhm.
and even in difficult situations, I will find a way to make it positive and good for everyone. But you have to be firm. Even, you can't be too nice, but you have to be firm. And but you always, there's room for a win-win for everybody.
Yes, I always hear, what you do really project is not only positivity, but you also project confidence, and you really inspire others to be confident in whatever it is that they're doing, and that's really, that's your gift that you're
It
imparting
is.
to people. And is it?
It
Do you
it, it,
feel
it actually
rewarding?
is. If it and it just happens. I don't know if anybody has ever heard strength finders. If so, a lot of people, if you ever do strength finders, it's 34 different, kind of, it could be about positivity, it could be about being organized, it could be so many different things.
Sure.
So my top one is positivity, and
Hmm.
number two is woo, which is winning others over. It's part of my personality, so I'm
Yeah.
very well equipped for this.
This is so great. So anyway, we're so glad that you've joined us this week. I mean, we pretty much try to hold to 15 minutes. Sometimes we go a
Thank
couple of
you.
minutes over, but I want you to know that this is your time. This is
Yes.
an exciting time for you. And if you're like thinking, oh, it's stressful, and one day looks like the next, and 1 year is going to look like the next. No, this is
Hmm.
time for you to jump on board for the Wonder Years. Now, I'm going to put a
Yes.
link in the bottom, and
Sure.
I'm taking assessments on individuals to see where you are with regard to your transition. if you're Gen X, you're just in a transition stage. If you're a
Hmm.
boomer, you may be looking towards the retirement phase. So we're going to ask you some strategic questions to help you kind of get your head around building and being in charge of your own wonder years. So we'll have the
Yes.
link, schedule a call, and you can also reach out to Maria. She's here on LinkedIn.
Any questions? Any questions? I'm very available. If you guys have any questions, um, I'm usually on LinkedIn almost every day, so I try to check my messages.
Right. So what I'll do is I'll have my assistant put the link to your profile also in
Sure.
the comments so that if people want to ask you questions about how you got started. So we're now 35 seconds over. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
This is the
you.
We're taking the life by storm. Boomers and Gen
Yes.
X,
Let's.
we're gonna rock.
Yes.
We're gonna rock, rock, rock. So come on, schedule
I'm
the
ready to
call.
rock it. I'm with you, Pamela.
And let's follow the wonder years and follow people who are exploring new avenues like Maria. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
My pleasure. You got to have a great, great week. Thank you.